Yo, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's doing good on this Friday night. Obviously, we got the Knicks and the Spurs playing right now. I have the game on my phone here so I can follow along while we do some baseball. Probably won't be the longest stream in the world today, which I think is understandable because I got to really lock in for at least the fourth quarter, if not most of the second half. But we'll see how much we can get into today. I actually don't even know what's going on in baseball yet. I watched a little bit of NCAA tournament this morning, but I really haven't plugged in much on baseball. I saw this though: 8 RBIs, Matt Chapman. 8 RBIs. So we'll probably watch that. Looks like there's 3 guys on the Giants who hit 2 home runs: Chapman, Adames, and Schmidt. That's nutty. Who pitched today for the Cubs? Oh, Edward Cabrera. Yeah, that did not go well. So this is the only game done. There's some other games active right now. And then some games still yet to come. Red Sox are putting it to the Yankees 5-3, it looks like. Let's check the scoreboard right here. Hope everybody's good, by the way. Sorry about the abrupt start to the show today, but it's been a day. It's been a day at the Ottavino house, and good day, but a day. And now we got the Knicks on, so I'm a little half distracted. Man, this is the best I've ever seen Towns play. It's so cool. All right, so here's the scores right now. This is what is in progress, guys. In progress right now. Phillies 8, White Sox 6, top of the 8th. Tigers 5, Mariners 3, top of the 8th. Tigers have had a little surge of better baseball the last 4 days. Red Sox 5, Yankees 3, Orioles 6, Blue Jays 3. Those games are in the 7th. Rays up 6-0 on the Marlins in the 7th. Pirates down to the Braves 6-3 in the 6th. Astros up 3-0 on the A's in the 3rd. Guardians up 1-0 on the Rangers. Reds up 3-2 on the Cardinals early in the 2nd inning. So a lot of action. I guess that's why this question came up earlier from Drop Shot Masta. Explain to me why Brady Singer is still on a Major League roster. You know, I don't know. I haven't really watched him much. I don't particularly like watching Brady pitch all that much. Good dude and everything, good sinker slider, but I haven't seen much change with him. So I don't know. Rockies 1, Brewers 0. And then already happened today. This was the one from earlier. Holy cannoli, 18-3 Giants. 18-3 Gigantes. That is a crazy score. So I don't know. Pretty crazy. So anyway, let me get in the chat here for a little. See what we got. Cabrera was fresh off the IL. Afternoon game after the wild comeback last night. That was crazy with PCA dropping that ball for the inside the Parker, and then he ends up walking it off a couple hours later. That's pretty wild. Stirs play unethical ball. Go Knicks. Let's go, Spec. I see you. I see you jumping on the right bandwagon. In the college baseball ranks, now it's unfortunate because I don't have my my thing working, which I thought would be working. I'm troubleshooting it a little bit with my AI coding agent, and I'll figure it out later. But here are the scores from today's baseball games in college, just to keep you guys abreast on all of the happenings in the super regionals. We have a couple games that started today. West Virginia beat the tar out of Cal Poly 12-2. That was a game I watched earlier today. This was a crazy one, especially early. Southern California and North Carolina. At the beginning, I thought both pitchers were going to look kind of their stuff looked really good. But at the end of the day, they both had rough outings. Mason Edwards, who we've watched on the stream before, 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. And Ryan Lynch, who I thought looked pretty electric to start the game too, also gave up 4 earnies. So that was a fun one. So yeah, USC takes it over at UNC. Troy, who's 1 win away, Troy University is 1 win away from the College World Series. They're playing Little Rock. That's unbelievable to me. Very cool story. And then we have the SEC matchup, Auburn-Ole Miss, that's going on right now. St. John's plays tomorrow. A bunch of teams play tomorrow, so there'll be more stuff going on. But what do I think about Ryan Lynch? Good question, Carl. I mean, I only watched the first inning and a half. But I mean, yeah, it's the standard low slot sinker sweeper pitcher, but with hella velocity. He was like 96, 97 when I was watching him today. Maybe 95, 97, and I don't know, seemed to have decent glove side sinker command, so that was like pretty cool to watch because that was kind of my style. So thought he looked okay. Delivery itself, I wasn't totally in love with the way the arm came up, but either way, I thought that was fun to watch the beginning of. And it was bases loaded, no outs in the top of the first. North Carolina had loaded the bases. Actually, pretty cool watching this because I really hadn't watched much of this. But this dude for Carolina here, Owen Hull, who had a crazy year this year, like 1,200 OPS, transferred there from George Mason. So it's interesting how a lot of the mid teams, sort of like the mid-table teams in NCAA baseball, like their best players graduate now to the top schools. I guess I knew that intellectually, but to see it today, it just kind of hit differently to me. It's like, oh, last year he was in like the CAA or whatever, and now he's in the ACC batting third for the Tar Heels. Pretty crazy. Anyway, they had bases loaded, no outs. And then this dude, Mason Edwards, struck out the side to get out of the first, which was kind of crazy. But obviously he didn't have his best stuff, so doesn't really matter. All right. As for the games and what we should look at around baseball right now, we only have one game that ended, so we might as well jump into the Giants game first. Tonight, unless anybody has any objections to that. But to me, I think that makes a lot of sense. Just checking in on the chats real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I figure tonight will probably be a little bit of a light attendance, but we'll see. If you're on TikTok and you want to come over and get in the stream, come hop over and subscribe. You can get in the chat and request some stuff for me to look at and for us to talk about. Something tells me Roki's about to D-wing the Angels again. So, I mean, he pitched really well his last 3 games. So, potentially, yes, I would agree with you for tonight. Were you teammates in New York with Sonny Gray? No. No, he got, actually, what's funny is he got traded and that kind of cleared up the money and then they signed me. I actually remember during the negotiation with the Yankees, it was funny because I'd been negotiating with them for a long time. And originally the offer was actually higher than what I ended up signing for. It wasn't an official offer yet, but the parameters were set. Like we kind of knew what we were going to agree on. And then they went and signed Zach Britton. And then it seemed like I was out, like I wasn't going to be a Yankee for a hot second. But then like the conversation kind of continued. And I remember Cashman telling me and my agent that, he was probably going to move Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray, I think, was making like $9 million or something. And then the conversation was, if we take the money down, would Adam sign for the X amount of dollars? Because we're about to get that money from Sonny Gray and I don't want to take anything else to the owner. Or I could just trade Sonny Gray for a relief pitcher and then we don't need Adam at all. So, of course, I said yes, because that's where I wanted to be. So, anyway, I was not teammates with him. To answer your question. Eric Paulson is another good name. Transfer from Stony Brook. Got it. Has anyone seen Greinke and Sonny Gray in the same room? I have. They're not the same two. They're not the same two people. It's interesting how that's the only year he struggled and he was in his prime. Wonder what it was. Maybe the fan pressure in New York. I don't think that he handled it very well, from what I understand. I think like he struggled a little bit, and then I think that also he disagreed with some of the analytics that were being thrown at him, and I think he just got in his own head and just needed a change of scenery, and that can happen. And obviously, playing in New York can be a little bit of overwhelming if the fan base turns on you. We've seen it with many a player, Joey Gallo, Aaron Hicks, a lot of guys over the years. So it's very normal to see that. Was there ever a team you wanted to play for but never had the chance to? I mean, there's a lot of organizations that I think it would be really cool to play for. I mean, the Cubs has always had a certain vibe. Dodgers, of course. I mean, I love playing in those ballparks. I always felt like the Giants would have been cool. Have a thing for the Giants in a weird way. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them. Toronto would have been dope. I think there's a lot of them out there, but I was lucky. I played for most of the main ones that I wanted to. Roki, really important start tonight. I know it's the Angels, but still. Yeah, I mean, they're all important. My son played in the Brooklyn Leagues where your dad was umpire. He's the king of those fields. He is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've been in the scene for a long time, and my old man, he puts in hours. A lot of baseball. A lot of baseball called. So I appreciate that. All right, Spencer Jones got his first Major League extra base hit, a double tonight in his first MLB 3-hit game. So obviously we'll watch all of Spencer Jones, but yeah, we talked about it a little bit. We got some hitting to look at now from the Giants. The Giants beat the tar out of the Cubs. So what was the final box score? Man, Cabrera right off the IL, and I think Cabrera's filthy. Maybe he threw too many fastballs today or something, or they did a good job sitting on that combio. I don't know, but 3 2/3, 8 earnies, 1 walk, 3 homers, 6 strikeouts. Holby Milner also had the game from hell. He might have actually been having a good year before this. This is a cautionary tale, and I've done this before, and this is the saddest thing that can happen to you as a relief pitcher. You're having a good season, but then you have a game like this where you give up 6 runs and you get 1 or no outs. Oh, really? Like now, months of work has to be done to try to overcome that. So it's really sad. This is sad because it's 22 pitches. It's not a lot of work. This all probably happened in 15 minutes. I see it and it hurts me inside now, deep to my core, because I've been through that. So anyway, they beat the tar out of them. Robbie Ray looks like he went 5 scoreless on the other side. Hits all over the place. Casey Schmidt, 4 hits. Rafi Devers got 2 hits. Larissa Rise, 2 hits. Adames, 2 hits with homers and 2 walks. Sick game for him. Eldridge. You know what? Let's just go to the damn game, because there's a lot of baseball to watch, I think, from this game in terms of the Giants just raking. And since they're the only game that's completed, we might as well check it out. Knicks are down 8 right now. What is this double team on Brunson so close to the half court? Incredibly annoying. Clearly they want to get the ball out of his hands? I don't know. All right, here we go. Cabrera. Ground out, strikeout, double homer. All right, Arise is going to double here. This is the first inning. 95-mile-an-hour changeup. Get out of here, bro. Oh, he pulled the ball with some authority right there. Look at Arise almost going bridge. Getting the head out. 98 miles an hour. Oh, I love his the thing that he does with the first base coach when he gets hits and he slaps him in the chest, but also this celebration on second is kind of swaggy. He's been really impressive in ways that you're not expecting this year, like the defense. So anyway, that was pretty sick, and that's followed up by an Adames home run. Let's watch this whole at-bat. 92-mile-an-hour slider, so you're going to throw anything under 90, 94.8-mile-an-hour changeup. It's a good pitch, probably not a strike, but that's a good pitch. 99-mile-an-hour sinker. Okay, so he got to that, but pulled a foul. You would think changeup, and he also has an elite curveball. There's the curveball. 87-9 down. See, it's shocking to me that he got clipped this hard, because his stuff is super nasty. That's a nasty curveball. And then what's he going to get beat on? Fastball. Well, he's been on fastball timing. Right, he just missed in the wrong part of the plate with a 4-seam. 99-5 down, right into Adames's bat path. 107 at 29. Oh, and a jump shot. 427 feet. And you can see this swing is just built to hit this type of pitch. Oh, and a little bat toss. Very, very nice. Don't see that from Luis anymore. I know. That's why I thought it was weird. He actually got out in front of a ball and pulled it with some authority. All right, what else we got in here that was pretty big? This is another hit from Arise just to see the contact. This one's on a fastball. So got him on a changeup at 95. Then the fastball is 97. Come on, Internet. What do we got going on here tonight, Internet? Am I killing you over here, Internet? What we got going on here? What do we got going on over here? Okay, here we go. Ah, that's more like it. Line drive up the middle. What are the last two things we've watched have in common? It's a four-seam, but he threw them at the bottom of the zone. Typically, you only want to throw the four-seam bottom of the zone, you know, when it makes sense to do it. Like whether you're trying to go for the freeze or down and away because of a certain swing type. But obviously, that's not a great pitch. That move right there where he slaps or does something to the first base coach, I've always thought that was fun. All right, here's a Bryce Eldridge hit. It's a first pitch changeup hit. Ooh, kind of a fortunate situation there. That might have been a double play. Oh, this is a double play. Oh, this sucks as a pitcher. You cost yourself 2 outs because you got involved. Yeah, and I get why he was so mad. And you can see the anger on Cabrera's face after he realizes that he should have had 2 outs. Yeah, I've been there for that. Adam, what is that baseball logo on your shirt? Yeah, I have this shirt. You should check this shirt out. I got this shirt from Only NY. It's like they do like these Metro Transit, New York Metro Transit, and this one's like a baseball collab. This got randomly sent to me on Instagram or by text by Lindsay Adler, and she's like, I mean, this like I just take our money. So I ended up buying it. And you can see it's got all these pitch grips on the back. Maybe you can't see it. I don't know. I'm going to back up to the screen. But anyway, kind of cool. All right, let's keep it moving. What other hits we got here? All right, so after that Eldridge hit, that led to this Matt Chapman grand slam. So let's watch this at bat. 2 pitches. Man, so he should have been out of the inning. And it would have stayed at 2 runs. Instead, it goes to 6 here in a heartbeat. This is Major League Baseball for you. You cannot not get the outs that you get. You know, like if you get a double play ball, you need a double play. I've spoken about that before. And this is just a hanging curveball. So as good as his stuff is, he didn't execute a couple times here that we've been watching in critical moments. The fastball down to Adames, the 1-0 hanging curveball to Matt Chapman. Sort of a medium speed hitter at the moment, and that's what you give him. Medium speed takes care of that. Only 97 at 26. So, you know, you're going to look at that and you're going to say, well, he didn't even hit it that good. But unfortunately, he should have been out of the inning, and you didn't, and you let him off the hook a little bit. So, why are we not locked in with the internet tonight? What is happening? Same internet we always have. All right, here we go. First base. Give me the first base cam one time. What the hell's going on tonight? All right, here we go. Good swing. I mean, again, he put it on a tee for him. You know, he really did. But this is the first big swing from Chapman in the game. 4 RBI. That's called a 4-point play. Four-pointer. Grand slam. Also, you know, it's worth noting as we watch this one more time. It's worth noting that we have a guy who really gets it down here with the Knicks jersey on. You see my guy here with the Knicks jersey on? He really gets it. You know, that's what it is. Tell your kids to stop mining Bitcoins. Oh, it could be. That could be the problem. Although I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, man. Chapman to the Red Sox ASAP. I don't know if that'll actually happen or not. I'd be surprised if these teams trade with each other again, but I will say he'd be a good fit there. All right, Casey Schmidt. This is going to be one of his homers. So let's watch this whole at bat as this makes the 7th and the 8th Ernie coming off of Cabrera here. So he's been clipped on a 4-seam down and a curveball up, right? That's the opposite of where you usually want those pitches. You want the curveball down, you want the 4-seam up, and he inverted that a little bit. I don't get what's going on with my internet right now. Come on. All right, here we go. 1-1, sinker in, no. 2-1, sinker in, no. I mean, his stuff's filthy. 3-1 sinker, so that's 3 in a row. And then he gets him on the changeup. It's just like the changeup, as nasty as it is, it's so firm. So it's not playing like a changeup. That's just playing like a bad version of that sinker. That's all that happened there. Previous pitch is 96.6 with 15 and 10. And then this one's 93.6 with 15 and 4. So yeah, it's got a little more drop, but the separation's not enough. It's only 6 inches. That can be tracked, I feel like. And this ball couldn't be more center cut. And it's got the exact same amount of horizontal movement. And he just jammed him on a fastball. So he's late on your sinker in, and now you just put him on time with changeup in. So this was ill-advised. Obviously, they probably want to throw it for chase or something, but ill-advised timing-wise, to say the least. So nice home run there. My guy Mayton came in. He looks like he did okay. And then here's the inning from hell, Hobie Milner. Inning from hell. I've had a few of these. I had 3 of these in my career, and let me tell you, they really suck. So let's see how this went down.
I think what you saw on display.
First batter, Jonah Cox, changeup, poked to right, base hit. So nothing special there, but that's how you get started. Little 80-mile-an-hour dink shot. That's going to bring up Casey Schmidt, who's going to go up the middle on an 0-2 front door sinker attempt.
What's up, bro? Hey, bro.
Just misses over the plate a little bit, so 2 hits. And that's going to bring up Rafi. I mean, really, how many times do I have to work my internet tonight? This is crazy. All right, so here's Rafi eventually. And he hits a second pitch sinker down in, honestly, off the plate, not even a strike for a hit at 92. I mean, where is this pitch? I mean, this pitch is not even a strike. Good swing by Rafi, though, to get to that. How do you do that?
And he doesn't. So Rizzo was in the hitter's
All right, here it
meeting
is.
when they
Yeah, I mean,
showed
it's
that.
off the plate in. He covers that. So that's 3 hits. None of them incredibly hard hit,
And he
but
doesn't.
3 hits. Then the next guy's going to come up. It's going to be a rise. Gets him the 1-2. Goes left on left changeup, and he's going to sack fly. So there's the 1 out. Again, the internet is really trash today. So he gets out. And now here's Adames. Sweeper to Adames. Middle down. Scoops the hell out of that. So both pitches that he homers on in this game are right in the honey hole. So that is a 3-run bomb. So that's how fast 4 earned runs can happen to you. Single, 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 sack fly, 3-run home run. You know what I'm saying? I mean, great swing. He's completely ready for that. And hit it really high. 40 degrees on that. Giants have had a really, really poor season so far. But this is kind of what they envisioned with their lineup, right? Man, the internet, I don't know what to do. So 2 bombs from him. Then he hits a guy. So that puts potential 5th earned run on base after he hits a guy with a sweeper on 0-1. Then he's going to give up a hit to Eldridge, who stays up the middle. Actually looked like a contact hitter there. And then you get pulled out of the game, naturally, right? You already have 4 runs allowed, and you're out of the game. Unfortunately for him, those runs got immediately cashed as Matt Chapman goes deep here. For the second time, this is a 3-run shot. So he's got a grand slam and a 3-run shot in this game. And that made 6 earnings and 1 out recorded for Hobie Milner, which sucks, sucks, sucks. And he was probably teammates with Adames in Milwaukee. So that's brutal.
And he has knocked in 8. It's 6.
Ooh, he just dropped a Y. Why did I throw that? You don't usually get to get a lip reading like this. Why? Why am I doing that? Yes, wow, you almost never see that, but that makes me want to know exactly why he's mad. So let's watch the whole at bat. 93, sinker, middle. Sweeper. No. Sweeper. No. Sweeper, homer. So it's 3 sweepers in a row, and, you know, he made the mistake of throwing it right down the middle. And again, both home runs are medium speed pitches to Matt Chapman. So, hey, mix in a fastball, I would say, would be the plan. But that was tough. That was tough to watch all around. Here's Schmidt's other home run. Man, unfortunately, they hit some home runs off of position player. So this is kind of corny. But Casey Schmidt's like, I need that on my stat sheet. Throw me that BP. Oh, and they're not tarps off. They're just in Chicago. So, anyway, they beat the tar out of them. Not really a lot to watch there. Giants needed that in the worst way. They've been just really, really rough overall. I think the pitching is just not Giant caliber. You look at StatCast hitting here. See where they are by xwOBA. Dead last. So it's the hitting has been so bad, and the pitching has been uninspiring as well, right? Pitching by xwOBA, a lot better, but like still slightly bottom half of the league. So not a good combination. Not a good combination. What are they like as a team? Who are the guys that are performing well? Let's see. Yeah, Landon Roop for sure. Trevor McDonald we've seen. Logan Webb pitched well the other night. But yeah, not getting a lot out of actually Robbie Ray or Hauser, unfortunately. And I really like both of those guys. And then batters, this is the real issue. They don't have one guy in the red. Matt Chapman, who had the big game today, and boy did he need it. He's got a 270 xwOBA. 270 xwOBA. So, I mean, unless they're going to make a complete 180, days like they had tonight are going to be a little few and far in between. All right, back to the scoreboard. That was just interesting to watch just because they hit a lot of bombs. Schmidt's been a beast. I feel like Schmidt's had a good year, but so they're going to trade him now because he's got some value? Also, today at baseball for my son does baseball with Garrett's kids, and if you don't know, Garrett Cole, his father-in-law is Brandon Crawford's dad, so he was there today. He's in town visiting, so I was talking to him. He's a big Giants person, and he alerted me to the fact that the Giants have the 4th pick in this draft. So I was thinking a little bit about who they're going to pick and who's going to be there for them, but that's a big deal. Top 4 pick for the Giants. They haven't had that very often. They don't usually pick at the top of the draft, so 4th pick. We'll see what they do with that because, you know, shit. They're kind of in the basement of the majors right now. It's crazy to see. All right, we got something going on right now in the Yankee game, maybe? Caballero up for the Yankees with a chance to hit a walk-off home run, 2 on, 1 out. Rock Chudlowski. The problem is he's not going to be there at pick 4, probably. You know, he's definitely going to get picked in the top 3, I would think. Von Lackey, now this is a name that if he gets to them, I would think they would go for that, right? Catcher who can hit? Buster Posey at the helm, you would think. Man, I have a bat from Crawford when he was on the Orleans Cardinals. I mean, he was a great player. Always a thorn in my Rocky side teams. Really good defender. I hated when the ball got hit to Brandon. I say it's Lombard if none of the big 3 fall. Lombard would be a good pick too. Yeah, I don't think Rock gets past 2. I just don't see it. But we'll see. We'll see. Hello. All right. So wait, we just have a game end? Did a couple games just end in Major League Baseball, as Knicks are still down 6 here in the second quarter. All right, what just happened? Phillies and White Sox and Tigers and Mariners are now over. All right, let me go to the Phillies and White Sox box, just kind of see what's going on in that game. And then we'll look maybe at the Tigers Mariners, see what happened in that one. So this was Luzardo and Anthony Kay. Both kind of gave up some runs. Looks like we got homers in this game from Trey Turner. No, we don't. Brandon Marsh and Adolis. Adolis back-to-back days with homers, right? And then Grichuk hit 2 for the White Sox. And Derek Hill. How did my favorite White Sox players do today? Vargas 1 for 3, Montgomery 1 for 4, still no Murakami, and Antonacci 0 for 3. Okay. Nothing really that exciting in this game. Luzardo did get clipped for 3 home runs. That looks like that's the majority of the runs he allowed. What's up with Luzardo, man? He's like one of the dudes that's like, by advanced stats, it would be considered a top 10 pitcher. But his results have been interesting the last couple years, especially last year because of the tipping issue. All right, hold up. We got a quick question in the chat. Adam, I'm a huge fan of you. You were one of my favorite players when you were on the Mets. I'm a huge Mets fan. I play a lot of baseball. Do you have any advice for me on how to increase my velocity? It's not all about increasing velocity. Obviously, I know you're going to have to chase that. But I think, like, ultimately, I don't see, it's like hard to give individualized advice. I don't know what type of athlete you are, but for me, it's all about incremental gains, not trying to do too much too fast, diagnosing the issue, whether it's I need to get stronger or I need to get more mobile or I need to get more explosive. I need to have plyometrics into my training, or if I need to just long toss, or if I need to clean up my arm action or fix my mechanics. Like there's 7 different things you might need to do, but attack them one at a time and definitely handle the low-hanging fruit first and then try to just, level up, one rung of the ladder at a time. Speaking of that, today, this morning, I actually had the reason why I didn't do a morning show today, a baseball and coffee show today, is because I had to do a speaking engagement at the Danbury Westerners, which is the team I played on in the New England Collegiate League, NECBL, after my freshman year. And it was really cool. I got to go there. I got to see some people. I got to talk to the guys, and I had a good time. And then I got to check out the field I played on. So it just got me thinking a lot about the developmental process. So for whatever reason, that reminded me of that question. All right, good. I'm glad I could answer that question. I am happy I answered that question. So it looks like the Red Sox won that game, according to my chat that I'm looking at. Anyway, I'm curious about Luzardo real quick. Let's dig in on Luzardo for a second because I need to figure it out. All right, so 25 sinkers, 24 sweepers, 23 changeups, 18 fastballs. The sweeper was amazing last season. Let me click on him in general. So here's where so you see the expected numbers, right? He's a darling. Everybody's like, this guy's unreal. But then you look at the actual numbers and they haven't matched up yet. 13 starts, 4.56. Does have 80 strikeouts, but there's a lot of base runners, 1.33 whip. So is he getting unlucky with hits? Like, what's the story here? I guess would be the main question. I mean, the hard hit percentage actually at a career low. He's top 3% of MLB, so there's some BABIP stuff going on for sure in this profile. Expected batting average is 228. What's his actual batting average against? I wonder. Individual pitches, let's see. So the sweeper's still performing really well with a huge whiff rate, so don't shy away from that pitch. The 4-seam's getting mollywopped. 338 batting average, 532 slugging on his 4-seamer this year, which is averaging 97.1, 334 ex-WOBA, 391 actual WOBA, so they're saying that's unlucky. The whiff percentage is pretty low on that pitch. I think he's got the low extension, so that could be part of it. And he's getting massive whiff on his changeup, which for me has always been a super nasty pitch. Although there's I mean, it's not like the average is as low as you would expect. So it's mainly just the four seam. I mean, the sinker also has a horrible batting average, but I'm not seeing any home runs, at least with the sinker, which is what you would expect. So yeah, having a fastball problem a little bit and victimized with a little bit of bad luck, probably. Yeah, run value, -5 on the four seam, which is crazy. Crazy. Yeah, FIP-wise, he's got to be doing a lot better. I mean, I would think. I don't have the FIP right here. I could grab that off of here. Currently rocking a, a 2.77 FIP. So even a lower FIP than xERA and xFIP. What's Sierra got going on? I know that's down here somewhere. Yeah, here's his Sierra. Oh no, that's xERA. Where's Sierra? No, here it is. Sierra 3.11. So every single ERA estimator says he's getting screwed right here by bad batted ball luck. But it is weird that his fastball batting averages against are so high on both pitch types. And then you look at his game logs. I suspect it's been just a couple of crazy games, and I think that's more the case. He's kind of feast or famine this season. 6 Ernies here, 5 Ernies, 8 Ernies, 5 Ernies, and then tonight 5. So he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games of 5 earned runs or more, which is a lot, to say the least. But then in his other games, it's 6 2/3 and 1, 4 2/3 and 1, 7 and 0, 6 1/3 and 2, 6 and 0, 6 and 2, 6 and 0, 5 1/3 and 2. So he's got plenty of good starts. He's just gotten some games where he's gotten really touched. So, all right, usage again. Let me look back at that. 25 sinkers, 24 sweepers, 23 changeups, 18 fastballs. It's a pretty even split between hard stuff and slow stuff. He doesn't have anything 2 speeds down. That could be a problem protecting his fastball. Like, I'm just thinking out loud here, but his sinker's at 96.1, his fastball's at 97.1, and then his sweeper and his changeup are also within 1 mile an hour of each other in the middle. And honestly, these speeds to me are very dangerous in-zone speeds in Major League Baseball. 86, 85, 87. To me, it's like, that's home run bat speed, pitch speed in a lot of ways. So I don't know, maybe that's a factor, but I'm kind of curious to see what he got clipped on tonight. So let's just watch that. Phillies, White Sox. And let's see what happened here to Luzardo. So fly out, pop out, walk, line out, ground out, ground out. Here we go. So Antonacci finding his way on base here. 2 outs. He hits him with a sweeper. Yes, that he totally does that on purpose. I mean, you can watch it in slow motion. I mean, what they do, and this is the move that, Mark Hanna, Rizzo, but especially Tim LeCastro kind of perfected, where they put the elbow out there to get hit, but then they act like they're kind of trying to get out of the way at the last second. So anyway, he intentionally gets himself hit to get on base, and then immediately falls behind 2-0 here to Luis Angel, former Metropolitan. Fastball in, changeup down, and then he's going to get clipped for a home run on the fastball. So it's a fastball on a fastball count, and he misses down in, and he's just on time for that. Oh, it's not a home run, but he puts it off the fence, and Sam's coming flying around third. That ball was touched at 109. Great hustle by Antonacci, who plays like an absolute psychopath, and he comes all the way around to score. This is a great swing by Luis Angel. Damn. So yeah, it's just like the 2-0 count and the fastball and the predictable count. And I also think this is where extension matters a little bit on your fastball quality. Like, he throws hard. Same thing with Ryan Weathers. Like, they both throw hard, but they have no extension, Luzardo and Weathers. So I always feel like their fastball number actually plays down. It's kind of how I always felt about who's the pitcher that was on Justin Wilson on the Red Sox last year, and originally a Pirate. Like, he was up to 99, 100, but he throws with such a short stride that I always felt like it didn't play that way. Anyway, great swing there. Antonacci comes around and scores. And then Tristan Peters is going to get a hit here to score the second run. So let's see this at bat. Sinker strike. Oh, but balled. JT with a kind of a delayed call, but that is a strike. All right, so 0-1. Sweeper coming here.
Let this frustration linger, though, Tom.
Check swing.
No. And then sinker.
That one's lined out to right center field. That'll be in for a hit. And Acuna,
I mean, it's kind of too much plate, I guess, but it's also a good swing. I don't have a problem with that hit. All right, and then he gets clipped to start off the third by Randall Grichuk. So let's see what happens here to get the home run hit off of him. Sweeper backdoor ball, changeup,
The offense go back to work.
strike, changeup again. And then why? Why? What are you guys doing? Did you see how much he missed that changeup by? And then you try to throw a fastball. I'm so confused. It's got to be out of the zone if you're going to throw it. Look at the swing and miss on the changeup. Have you ever seen a guy miss a changeup by more than this? I don't know. I mean, dude, he's so far out in front of that. He's clearly on fastball timing, and then he just walks himself right back into that by throwing a fastball right off his barrel. I'm just confused about that pitch calling, so gets clipped off of the strength of that. And then Grichuk's going to get him again. Let's see what happens this at bat. Sinker, strike, changeup. Definitely early again. And yeah, this time they stick with the changeup, which I would have done the first time. It's kind of a great swing by Grichuk, to be honest with you, but also, again, this ball can't be a strike. Cannot be a strike. So this one I have less of a problem with. This is more of a good swing by Grichuk, but you're not trying to throw this here. You're trying to throw this down here for the chase, and he leaves it over the plate. So like when a catcher gives you this target, this early target, he's telling you to start it here and run it over here. So that's what they want to happen, and he just cuts it a little bit. But also Grichuk, kind of crazy that he homered on a fastball in and a changeup away in the same game. So you got to give credit to that. Grichuk's been on fire since joining the White Sox, by the way. And then he's going to get clipped here by Derek Hill. Change up away, strike, and then change up home run. I mean, it's crazy because I think that's a good pitch again. But it is back-to-back change-ups, and Derek Hill makes a nice adjustment and takes him out on that. So I don't know. For whatever reason, he's been prone to the clunker. He's been prone to a couple big swings getting him and a couple rallies getting him. I thought the first one was a really poor pitch choice. Oh, no. I thought the first two runs that scored was the result of, mainly a really bad choice to Luis Angel Acuna. And then I thought the bad choice to Grichuk. But then after that, I thought it was kind of just good swings. So he remains a little bit of a mystery. Phillies did win this game anyway. Jhoan Duran in the ninth. This guy's ridiculous. So let's watch his whole outing. Because why not? 101 strike. Here comes a splitter. 98.9. Sweeper at 90. That's too high. And then splitter at 98. Get out of town. Filth. It's really a sinker, but filth. All right, next up is Benny. I like the red accents with the White Sox jerseys, like the red batting gloves in particular. A couple guys have done this over the years. I don't know, for whatever reason, I think it's pretty swaggy on the White Sox. They have a little bit of red in their logo. So I think that's, it works. Wow, that splitter is gross. 99. I want to know what Duran's approach angles are. I'm going to check that after this. That's filthy. Four seam at 102. All right, good fight. Splitter again. That was the pitch to hit. Once you miss that, you're in trouble. Knuckle curve.
Again to Benintendi. Ground ball right side. Stott.
Oh, nice play at second base. And then Duran, I should say, is going to punch out my guy Mickey Vargas here. Sweeper away. Four-seam 102.5. We're seeing entirely too much 102 mile an hour plus velocity in the big leagues right now. 2-0 splitter. Disgusting strike. Now another heater. Oof, throw that again. Nope, they're going sweeper. Oh, and it was beautiful. Beautiful sweeper. So the Phillies do hold on and win. They outperform the White Sox at the plate. They're able to score more runs than them. Oh, didn't mean to watch this. I meant to watch Duran. Electric in Philly, especially with his entrance and everything. I don't know. This isn't the most athletic delivery, but I think it's just brute strength. Some guys are just that strong that they just brute strength the ball 102. I don't see a ton of anything there. Ooh, we got a super chat. Would be cool to hear you break down my buddy's debut, Chad Dallas. That's a hell of a name for Toronto yesterday in Atlanta. 3 innings with a W. You got it. I'm going to leave this up for a minute so I can watch Jhoan Duran finish. I can investigate him for 2 seconds because I had to give a little love to the Phillies, and I want to check on his approach angles. And then, yeah, I'll break down your buddy's debut. Got you. All right, so he's doing it. This was a great trade by Dombrowski last year, in my opinion. I know they give up McAble or whatever, but like in my opinion, this guy is top 5 reliever in baseball. Absolutely ridiculously good. He's got 100th percentile fastball velo. He's averaging over 100 this season. It's a ground ball rate as well as he throws a lot of strikes. He's not a guy that any pitch is anything but nasty. He's got a 1.37 so far this year with 14 saves, 31 strikeouts, and 19 2/3, .86 whip. He's got a really weird combination here of pitches, but they're all really fast. For me, the knuckle curve is like one of the more special pitches just because it's so hard and drops so much. All right, let me head over to my advanced scout real quick. I want to look up Duran, and then I'm going to check out your guy. Here it is. All right, real quick on just curious, out of curiosity, if he has anything interesting from an approach angle standpoint. All right, the split's got pretty good VAA on it. 15th best of anybody's in terms of how down it would be. That's 79th percentile, but that's grading it reverse because fastballs, it would give him a higher percentile ranking if it was more flat, but it's just the way this is. But anyway, ball going straight down here. His four-seamer, not a very good VAA, which makes a little bit of sense. So as hard as it is, it's vulnerable a little bit. 19th percentile VAA on what the heck just happened there? And then here's the knuckle curve. 74th percentile VAA on the knuckle curve. He doesn't have a whole lot of HAA stuff going on. I mean, a little bit. Here's the changeup. That's pretty good. And the sweeper's pretty mid. The changeup's actually got crazy HAA, which is weird. Anyway, I was curious about that. So we'll forget about that for now. All right. I'm going to put back up the super chat so I can remember what the heck I'm doing here. And then I'm just checking how many people we got on here. 33. Pretty light tonight. That's fine. I mean, if 100.2 is playing down because of VA, we're still talking about 98.5 perceived. No, we're still talking about 100.2. It's just the angle is a little bit more manageable. That's all. It's a little bit more manageable at the top of the zone than otherwise. But I do agree he actually does have a little less perceived velocity, but it's mostly because of his extension being super low. If you look here, he's 12th percentile extension. The VAA is just making it a little more easy to handle because it's not as flat, but it's not changing the speed at all. All right. Chad Dallas is the name of no less than 5 Texas high school quarterback prospects. And that's who we're going to watch right now. Mr. Chad Dallas. What a name on your guy here. Makes his major league debut for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's a cutter, curveball, sweeper, four-seam guy. Wow. Everything going to the left? Holy supination. Chad Dallas. This is insane. Look at this. Cutter, 92.4, 10 and negative 4.5. Curveball, negative 14 and 5. So it's actually the same amount of break as the cutter, but one is a hammer. So that's actually an interesting duo there. I kind of like that. Then he's got the sweeper off of that, 15 and negative 2. Four seam, just to keep you honest, 13. That might just be some misreads on some cutters. Some cutters he got behind a little weird. Anyway, so this was yesterday's game, right? Or whenever it was, the 3rd in Atlanta. So let's see exactly what he did in this game that we're about to watch. Nope, wrong game. 2nd. God damn it. It was yesterday. 6-4. Got it. Got it. Okay. 3 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 68 pitches, player breakdown. Chad Dallas, 24 cutters, 20 curveballs, 19 sweepers, 5 fastballs. So that's okay. Got to face an equal amount of righties and lefties. You would think just off the movement profile, he's got some options for both, but you would think he'd be really tough on some righties. Man, it's hard to imagine a guy who can't get anything to their arm side. It's super weird. All right, 27% whiff, got 44% on the sweeper. Didn't throw a lot of first pitch strikes, but F it, let's just watch it. Braves and Blue Jays. Dallas. We're taking a trip to Dallas. All right, we're going to go through this real quick. The one hit was a scorer's mistake. So there's the sweeper, 2,600 RPM, 84. So it's a pretty good pitch right away in terms of velocity and pretty good movement. Here's the bio, 14-2, 3.91 at University of Tennessee, 4th rounder in 21. And this is the debut for the kid. So again, really nice sweeper for his first ever pitch in the big leagues against Austin Riley. Comes in with a man on base. Sweeper, then another sweeper.
Talking to Mike Yastrzemski.
And another sweeper. And then another sweeper. So 4 sweepers in a row to Austin Riley. No crossfire action from Dallas whatsoever, but he is over on the third base side in an effort to have that ball come right out in that lane so that he can then sweep it across the zone, which is what he tries to do here. And he does that pretty successfully for the first out of his career. Pops up Riley. So 4 sweepers. Now he's got a lefty, Yastrzemski. Curveball. Pretty hard curveball, to be honest with you. I like that pitch. Curveball again. Okay, so starts his career with 7 now straight breaking balls. And this is a 4-pitch walk. Even a 3-0 curveball here. Holy shnikes. Haven't seen the cutter yet. All right, so we've seen a bunch of sweepers and curveballs. Here's another curveball to Sandy Leon. Strike at the top. Cutter here, 91.6. Ooh. Look at that thing take off. What was the metric on this one? That went negative, almost -9 to the left. That's wild. All right, curveball. Pulled foul and then curveball again. So for the first 3 batters, he's got pretty good breaking stuff. Curveball and sweeper, I'll say that. Pops up Austin Riley, and then gets this one to that chase area versus Sandy Leon. He's got really good spin ability. That's pretty obvious. All right, here's his first full inning. He's getting Ronald Acuna Jr. first. There's the four-seam ball. Sweeper now. Looks like versus righties, he wants to lean on the sweeper. It's a nice sweeper shape, too. Four-seam in, pulled away. Here's a cutter. Miss you, Drake Baldwin, come back. Gets above the barrel on that cutter. He's got a good cutter shape there. And then a sweeper here. And he's going to get victimized by the speed, slight bobble, and Acuna makes that pay. So gets on base with the infield hit. Okamoto had a hard time getting that out of the glove. All right, sweeper here to Dubon. Ronald takes second, but then they sent him back? Oh, no, he's out there at second. So leadoff infield hit and stolen base. Sweeper, curveball, sweeper to Dubon. Left that one down the middle in an advantage count. Dubon shoots it the other way. So that's going to be first and third, no outs. Now Matt Olson. It's just I have flashbacks to having to face this lineup in this ballpark. So I know what this feels like. And it's not easy. You got to really be on your game. Really be on your game. Cutter up away, 1-2, and now curveball. He's going to give up a run here. Olson just missed that. I will say this straight up. I like his curveball and his sweeper. It's just a little bit of weird arsenal that he has nothing going the other way. It would really help him if he had a sinker, which maybe he can throw if he can seam shift it. But clearly he's a major supinator, and the cutter's interesting. But he's going to have to throw a ton of breaking balls to succeed, I would say. And teams are going to sit on him at some point. All right, sweeper here to Albies, ball, and then curveball. Gets underneath that, just missed that. You see two frustrated swings in a row from the Braves. So that's not going to move anybody up. Piñango makes the play out there in right. And now it's Michael Harris. Cutter in, ball. Cutter again. You got to be careful with cutter to this dude. That's down. 2-0. Cutter again. This one's 95. 3-0. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk here. So hasn't located a fastball or cutter very well, but the breaking balls look good. Dom Smith. Sweeper backdoor dotted. Curveball. Chopped foul. Cutter.
Baltimore, Philly, and then the Yankees.
Too high. Cutter again. Yeah, Albie's stance is 6. So we're at halftime in the Knicks, huh? It's Huzzy. Looks like we're right in it. I'm feeling good. Get Brunson the Rock down the stretch. All right, 3-2, and he's getting him out with a cutter. Oh, a little behind the back action in your Major League debut. Nice play. Vladdy liked it. He's liking it. All smiles. Man, you get a little behind the back action in your Major League debut. Why not? Enjoy it. Whoop. Nice play. Nice play, nice play. Let's watch it from over here. Somebody's socks are in the way. What about from over here? Oh, it's Antoine Richardson's socks. Oh, nice play. I miss Antoine, too. What a good dude. All right, so that's that out. That ends that inning. He goes back out for another one, and he's going to face Riley again. So he gets Riley twice. Saw 4 sweepers the first time. Curveball, ball. Here's a 4-seam.
There you go. Well played.
Steha. Nasty sweeper. Nasty sweeper. Here's the cutter. Having a really hard time locating that cutter, but he's got good feel for the breakers. Sweeper, strike 3 to Riley. Top shelf sweeper. He's got a little bit of drop to his sweeper, so he can play that a little bit. All right, here's Yastrzemski. 4-seam ball. Hasn't located anything yet but a breaking ball. There we go. 4-seam, that was dangerous, but you got to throw a strike. Cutter. Pulled. Curveball. He's got a really good curveball. Cutter here. That was a good cutter. That was a good pitch. Throw that more often. That was nice. Fouled off, and then cutter here.
Yeah, is in on the hands out to right field.
I think he's got good potential. I really do. To be something interesting. Maybe a really good multi-inning reliever for right now, because in certain lanes his stuff's gonna really play. And yeah, he's got enough spin to definitely get the job done versus a lot of lineups. This is the second time through. Swings have been okay. Here's Ronald. Sword. Yeah, as happens. As happens. Cutter up. Ronald shouldn't have swung at that. Cutter off the plate away again. And then that sweeper gets off the end of the bat. You can see another frustrated pop-up. A couple guys have taken some passes at breaking balls that they thought they should have hammered and they didn't. So, that's, fun to think about. Sweeper here, fouled off 1-2. Curveball coming here, trying to get dirt. Nope.
Duran has reached both times, facing a 2-2 pitch here, and he slaps it foul.
Chases him away with that cutter. He would be so much better if he had a sinker. Even just a runner, a crappy runner in would be dynamic with everything going away from the righties. And last batter, Matt Olson, backdoor sweeper. No.
I also think you would enjoy it as an adult, Brandon.
Okay. You almost
cutter, no.
On the pizza, super.
Curveball, yes. And cutter out. So he's going to get an out with the cutter here.
Theaters that they just obscure, just at small film festivals. He's cultured, as they say.
Nice play.
Dallas cheese.
All right. Yeah, I mean, takeaways, he's a breaking ball monster. I mean, straight up breaking ball monster. No way around it. He's got some bangers. It's a weird profile. I don't know what to say about that. If he moved over 6 inches to the right, everything would be paint. Yeah, like further over. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Honestly, he could maybe put his heel right up against it because he needs a little more room for everything to go from right to left on your screen into the zone. If he went the other way, I think he would have a hard time. His sweeper wouldn't be as sharp, and I think he would have a hard time painting his cutter away. I mean, you're already having a hard time yanking it, but I think that would be even harder. So the only option for him is third base side, but maybe even more extreme, in my opinion, until he develops a sinker or something. Sorry he got sent down, but there's a role for him. He's an interesting matchup, I would say. Probably going to be tough to hit, especially the first few times through. All right, Ron, what's up with this, man? You're sending me super chats. Ayo, can you give a shout out to my mom, Nancy, huge Pudge Fisk fan. Carlton, she's a big baseball fan, new to the stream, 60+ years as a Red Sox fan. Go Red Sox. Thank you. All right, shout out Nancy. Good win tonight versus the Yankees. Love the Red Sox. Love Fenway Park. So can they get back in it? I don't know, but they're lucky to have awesome fans like you. And, we know how strong Red Sox Nation is. So thanks for checking out the stream. Hope it's not too nerdy or lame for you, but we're having fun. The delivery reminds of a little smoother Chad Bettis. I can get on board with that. Definitely very linear to the plate, just like Chad Bettis, Mitch. I agree with that. So, yeah, I think it would be good. Yeah, man, I could do that without the super chat, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Red Sox always have a chance. That's true. They do, it's the Red Sox. Man, I've been watching some hilarious fan on the street interviews about the Red Sox. So, some funny stuff. Yo, how do you throw your slider? Sure, we can do that tonight. Why not? I'll take out my buck ball here, and I'll show you. All right, I used to throw it with this grip right here, where I put my middle finger. So this is the two-seam orientation. Middle finger right in the middle. Other fingers next to it, not a lot of pressure there. Thumb directly across from the middle. So I have a pinch grip going on here. right? I don't want to get my thumb tucked too far under because my thumb gets too tucked under. The ball squirts out of my hand. I need to stay here so I can get in my supinated position, get my hand out front, and I can create this action right here. Slightly nose down, two-seam orientation. That will grab the seams and we'll kind of keep it up and send it to the left. So again, middle finger right in the middle of the seam here. Thumb not too tucked, little bit off to the side, but like in a good, nice pinch grip here. Supinated. I don't try to spin it. I just try to reach out really far with my hand and just hold on to it a really long time and get my hand out front and then let it do the rest. That's it. Nothing special there, but that's how it works. All right, what else we got here? No matter what, the last 20 years of Sox fandom have been a million times more successful than the 80 years before. Facts. Big facts on that. Big facts. Big facts. Nice demonstration. Got you. Yeah, we're live. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on, Jaywa, but we're on here, you know. Didn't do a show this morning. All right, so what else do we got here? The Yankees and the Red Sox. That game is over. Baltimore 13, Toronto 3. Who had a big game for B-More today? Adley Rustchman, 4 for 4 with a home run and 5 RBIs, now up to an 858 OPS. Rumors of his demise were greatly exaggerated. Adley Rustchman is having a nice season, especially after you have a 4 for 4, 2 double and a home run night. Trey is savage, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 6 earnies, 2 bombs. So, I say let's just watch Rustchman's at-bats and dig in on Rustchman for a second, rather than watching the whole thing. Yariel Rodriguez continues to get absolutely hammered. He's got a 7.71 ERA in the season. My goodness. All right, Adley Rustchman. So the StatCast stuff isn't going to be updated super fast, but even coming into this Wago, you can see he was in a good spot and got a little bit better after today. He's now the stats are live though on the left. So 273, 352, 506 slug, 858 OPS for the former #1 overall pick. Also 98th percentile framing, 97th percentile caught stealings, above average. His offensive profile is elite in every single category this year except for bat speed, which I don't think was ever his strong suit. No, but he actually has more bat speed now than he had going back to 2023. You know, to be honest with you, I never really felt like this player, Adley Rustchman, as a human being, was going to allow himself to suck forever. You just watch him, how locked in he is. He checks every box as a person, like as a baseball player type person. And then obviously the talent's always been there. So I felt like he would kind of go through another really good stretch. And that's what we're seeing right now. Let's see what he's been up to lately. April was incredible. Over 1,000 OPS in April. Then he really kind of struggled hard in May. 188 with a 636 OPS, but he's come out in June like gangbusters. Got a hit in every game in the series versus the Red Sox, and then this 4-hit game versus the Jays. So let's just watch his at-bats. Jays Orioles today. And we'll see what we see. Adley Rustchman, 4 for 4 with a walk. First at bat versus Savage coming up here. Who are you? I am Adam Ottavino. I play baseball, or used to play baseball. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. If you are in the TikTok and you want to come over to the show and get in the chat, do so. Come over to the YouTube channel. It's a link in the bio. All right, so get some 0-2. And let's see what happens here. Split down, split again. This is 2 outs, nobody on in the first. Spits on that, and then he's going to clip him on a fastball. So typically Trey freezes down on his fastball after there's some take on splitter down. So oftentimes this isn't really going to happen to Trey Savage. Guys aren't going to swing at that. But you got to give Adley credit. He is on the heater. He sees it, and he's all over it. And he follows through so aggressively. So aggressively, it's insane. 103.1, 27 degrees, 404 feet. Check out the aggressive follow-through. Yow. They weren't sure off the bat. The boys weren't sure, but sure enough, this ball does get out of town for the first at-bat and the first homer. And he gets Trey Savage. We haven't seen Savage give up hardly any type of power at all. All right, so second at-bat versus Trey. Still 1-1 here in the fourth. Fastball up in strike. Fastball away, went out and got that. Yeah. Yeah, starts with the sword, and then he's good. Yeah, I played for the Yankees. That's me. I did. That follow-through could split lumber. That's how I feel about it, right? It's just such an exaggeration on the follow-through. We've seen that with a few players lately with some cues. Now, this is an incredible foul ball. Obviously, you don't want to swing at this, but it's amazing that he was able to stick his face in there and foul that off. It's kind of low-key amazing. All right, split now, 2-2. Lays off that split again. He's taken a couple tough splits from Trey off the plate away. And honestly, hold on. Check the body language from Adley on this take. I mean, he's thinking. He's competing up there, pitch by pitch. All right, 3-2 split here. Another insane foul ball. Shouldn't have swung at that, but got a piece of it, and now he's going to draw the walk. So it wasn't pretty, but he got a double. He got a home run and a walk. First two at bats against Trey. All right, next at bat versus Trey in a big spot. Fastball away, dotted. Fastball again. Ooh, and he gets to that and hits it where they aren't playing. They're playing him in a pull side shift, oddly. And he kind of finds turf out there. He finds some green. Gunnar comes around with a ferocious slide and is super juiced. Oh my God, calm down. That was awesome, though. This is a good pitch. Actually, it's just a better swing. Good pitch, better swing. I actually don't think Trey pitched poorly to Adley at all in the at-bats that we've watched yet. He's got a home run, a 2 RBI double, and a walk. So pretty amazing. And Gunnar Henderson, my God, he is juiced. Juiced. Let's watch him run the bases. Go, Gunnar. He's already thinking about it right when he gets past second. This was a good relay by the Jays. But Gunnar would not be denied. He gets in there, fires off the helmet, almost steps on the bat. Great swing by Adley. So double homer walk. Not in that order. And now he's going to get Connor Siebold, who was on the Tigers like 30 seconds ago. Now he's on the Jays. Four-seam away ball, 2-0. I have to agree with you, Jared. I'm wondering what the Jays fans feel about these uniforms. What do you guys think about these Jays uniforms? I know I'm partial to a lot of Jays uniforms. Not these. These are not my cup of tea. I would agree with Jared. I'm curious if there's any Jays fans, which there usually are, what they think about these unis. Change up down, gets to that, and bloops it in there. So that's just putting the ball in play. Now, oddly, and maybe not because of how much length he has in his swing, he's made contact with 4 or 5 pitches below zone. 4 or 5 below zone. Look at how much he has to contort his lower half to get to this one. And he does a weird rollover thing on the ankle. I know some guys do this, but wow, that's pretty extreme, huh? But him and Pete Alonso, you know, guys who can get the bat, they can get to a pitch this far in front of them when they're fooled. So nice job by Adley there. That's the 3rd hit of the day. And then this should be the 4th hit of the day. First pitch off of the aforementioned Cuban, Yaro Rodriguez. Looks like it's a split. And he's all over that. That's a nice, clean line drive into the gap for hit number 4. Hardest hit ball of the day for Adley, 104.6. 2 doubles, a home run, a single, and a walk. That's just a great game. This guy had a great game. He looks good up there. I mean, honestly,
Rutchman having a huge night.
he could have easily gotten out twice in this game. He could have easily struck out a few times, but he didn't. So you got to give him credit for that. He fouled some pitches off, and he did a nice job. Ooh, Knicks have a nice 7-point lead right now. I don't want to get too excited over there, but after the third quarter, the stream will be wrapped up. That's for sure. So again, Adley Rustchman, #1 overall pick. A lot of people leave him dead and buried. I still I've maintained my stock in Adley, and good to see him having a good run here. Good to see him having a good run. Clayboy says he hates the jerseys. Yeah. Jared Weiss, these are trash. I miss when we were asking who was better, Gunner or Bobby. I know. Gunner's actually coming around a little bit too. Gerb says, I like the skyline, but primary black isn't great. Skyline's cool. I agree. The black doesn't work for me, though. I just wish they would go back to the old Jays uniforms. Ones from my childhood. They were so sick. The O's played well tonight. Love to see them be contenders towards the end of the season. I would, too. I had a lot of belief in them coming into the year. Questioning a little bit their pitching staff at the moment. But I still buy into the lineup. You know, I'm huge on Basayo. I got to think Ward at some point is going to do more than just walk. Pete, I know is going to do his thing. Gunner, Adley, they have some names, so they're brand names. Those are the leftover unis from the PG All-American game last year. They kind of do look like that. Ooh, Country Family, I know you're new tonight. You think they're basic. Yeah, they're not my thing. Out of all the catchers, who you threw to, who was your favorite? I've answered this a bunch of times on the stream. Tomas Nido, believe it or not, I felt like I had the most comfort with. I threw really well to a number of guys, you know, Chris Iannetta, Nick Hundley, Francisco Alvarez, Gary Sanchez, Austin Romine, but for some reason, I felt like me and Nito made beautiful music out there, and it felt good. Love the blue, love the white, hate the red tops and black tops. The red tops I don't mind for Canada Day, Jared. What is Adley's contact percentage? We have a stat. We have a thing for that. Well, his whiff percentage is 14.8, so that makes his contact percentage a lot better than that. I was just curious what his zone contact was. So overall contact obviously is the, you do a little subtraction, you figure that one out. But the zone contact, 91%, that's above league average. His chase rate is it looked kind of high in the game we just watched, but it's barely over league average. And he's making more contact than most people on chase. So that's interesting. He's always had a good ability to not whiff. Like he's controlled these numbers really, really well over the years. These 4. And these are huge carrying tools. And that's why I just never bought into the fact that he stinks all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like he's going to figure it out and he's still young. But those tools are really good. Adam, who's the toughest hitter you faced in your career? I got really owned by Brandon Belt, Christian Yelich, Cal Raleigh. Those are usually my answers. But I don't know, like Juan Soto or Shohei, somebody like that. But I only faced Juan Soto once, in the postseason maybe. And Shohei actually did okay against. He got a double off me once. But, lefties, tough lefties. I'm a Japanese Yankee fan. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I love you and your sweeper, Adam. Thank you. Thank you from Japan. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. Love Japan, love Japanese culture, love all my Japanese teammates I've ever had. All right, Bichette, RBI triple. He's alive. Roki in the first inning, wicked splitters. Love to see Jackson Holiday break through. I'm not even talking about him yet because I need him to have a little bit more time. Sato is going to go quick, I think. Teams will get desperate early. I think he'll be out after this year. I think he'll be posted. Michael King's pitching that game versus the Metros, right? You have any tips for a better arm movement for pitching windup? Yeah, but it's hard to generalize. It's hard to generalize. I don't want to give you any general information that might not help you. I was hyped when I saw you make a comeback and play for Italy in the WBC. Hey, you know. What else we got here? All right, throw me some likes, guys. We want to keep getting the likes up if we can. Anybody who's in the stream tonight would really appreciate that. All right, look, I'm not going to watch that much more baseball, honestly. I'm getting close to pulling the plug for this basketball game. I know that's maybe not the best thing in the world, but that's what's going to happen probably. Let me check in on this game. Red Sox, Yankees. I saw Weathers got clipped for that home run by Monasterio. That kind of broke the game open. Sonny Gray, he gave up 2 home runs as well. Chapman got in trouble. You know what I'm tempted to do is watch Chapman's inning. Chapman's had a great... and Spencer... okay, so first we're going to watch... Yes. Spencer Jones got called up for Judge. So we're going to watch Spencer Jones. He got called up for Judge. Let's watch all of his at-bats from tonight, and then let's watch Chapman in the 9th and kind of see what we think about him, because he's been elite this season, obviously. But we got to watch Spencer Jones, all his at-bats here. He's a guy we've been curious about for a long time. We're getting a look at him, so let's look at him. 3 for 3. First at-bat for Sonny Gray right here.
Healthy, you might not be playing up to your capabilities. So how do you
Nixon 4.
It's funny in your mind.
All right, first pitch curveball ball, no swing. Second pitch sweeper. Massive hack, fouled back. Here comes a 4-seam up, fouled off. So everything going very according to the scouting report so far. And now let's see how he battles with the 2 strikes. Curveball away, fouled off. That was a pitch to hit. Sweeper. Stays alive on that one, below zone. Sweeper down, smoked foul. Now 4-seam. That's the key right there. I mean, this one's a little high. He's gonna have to be discerning even on closer pitches. But the big key for him is not chasing anything up. He's not gonna be able to cover it. So good take here, and that's going to lead to him getting a hit on a sinker. They go for the front door sinker, and he's able to smack that up the middle on the ground. 101-ish miles an hour for a hit. All right, more of just like a good fight, and didn't strike out. Put the ball in play, and it worked out. Second at bat here. 91-4 up and away, 4-seam. Change up off the plate away, running on the play. Jazz Flute is safe. 2-0. Ball and 3-0. They're going to turn him loose, huh? Yeah, they turn him loose on 3-0. He gets a fastball down that he can handle. Hits it on the ground, but hits it hard, I think. No, didn't even hit it hard. But swung 3-0, which is interesting. You know what? I like letting Spencer Jones swing 3-0 because his whole game is like power, and you want a game-changing chance. I know this was kind of a lucky hit, to be honest with you, but I like the idea, in my mind at least, of turning him loose on 3-0 situations. All right, here's the last at-bat. Also versus Sonny, so we got 3 versus Sonny. Ooh, fastball middle, doesn't get to that. Sweeper now. That's 0-2, nice pitch, and then he's going to get him on a curveball. Is this a hanger? And he pulls another. So all 3 hits are on the ground. So you got to say there's a little bit of batted ball luck with this. But either way, nice to see him not strike out versus a good strikeout pitcher. Sonny Gray's got 200 punch-outs so many times. And at least he put some balls in play. So did we learn anything? Not really. Not really. But the kid did get 3 hits. And he laid off a couple pitches and he battled hard a couple times, which is good to see. So anyway, that's our daily dose of Spencer Jones. As for Aroldis, former Yankee, we'll watch his inning in a second, but I'm just going to pull up his Savant page to demonstrate just how dominant he's been over the last year and change now. Last year, we all know he had the 1.17 ERA in 67 games and had the renaissance season for the future Hall of Famer, in my mind at least. This year, he's picked up where he's left off results-wise. Whip's a little higher, so he's slightly less dominant, I guess. but he's got 25 punchies and 18 2/3 and a .48 ERA, which that will do. That will do, coach. He's averaging 97.4 in his heater this year. Is that down from last year? Yeah, so that's down about a mile an hour and a half. But again, it's like the gift and the curse. Like, we all know you can throw hard. Is it everything? Yes, but it's still 91st percentile gas. So that's Aroldis in terms of the stuff. You know what he's got. It's the fastball. He loves to throw his sinker up and away, like the runner up and away with 2 strikes. Got a split. It's got a breaking ball. He gets in some trouble in this game, and he didn't have his best stuff maybe. So let's see what happened here. Comes in 2-run lead. I always felt like 2-run lead is my favorite lead to pitch with in the 9th inning. It's not enough to put you to sleep, but it's more than 1, so you have a little bit of cushion. This is very typical. He's probably going to have a 4-pitch walk here. This is what happens when you come in the game and maybe you're not nervous or you're a little possibly off, just off a little bit, and you're trying to aim the ball a little bit early. You see him drop down to 94.3 here on the 3-0, which for me would be awesome speed, but for him, obviously, that's shows me he didn't even try to throw that ball hard. He tried to aim it. And remember, no matter who you are, you can't aim pitches as a big leaguer. You got to throw the damn thing. You got to throw it and believe in it and have conviction. We've talked about that word a lot. He didn't have any there. He walks the leadoff man. And now, all of a sudden, he's probably going to have to, be a little more aggressive. All right, first pitch to Volpe, 94.7. Just doesn't look like he's moving great. Here's second pitch, 95.4. And now he's throwing 2 strikes in a row. And now, I mean, Volpe didn't even take the bat off the shoulder. And then he goes 98.7 here with 2 strikes. So I talked about how it's actually one of the most predictable pitches in baseball, that Aroldis Chapman facing a right-handed batter with 2 strikes. The idea is he wants to throw a sinker at the top of the zone, a runner really, because he doesn't have a ton of drop. Yeah, this is 16.7 inches of vert, but he wants to throw it up here and like have you chase it. And then he wants to stare at you. He just wants to. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he threw it right down the middle, and Volpe, I don't know what he was looking for in that at-bat, but he took 3 strikes. All right, next up, Ahmed Rosario, 96.7. Just doesn't look like as dynamic in his lower half as I'm used to seeing, but that was a little more, but then that was 93.8. I think he just gets getting a little tentative when he's falling behind in the count. Yeah. So another 4-pitch walk. So a 3-pitch strikeout and 2 4-pitch walks is weird. Nobody's swung yet. No swings through the first 3 batters. All right, sinker, middle to Caballero. Here's a 97 on our sinker. He definitely came with a little more effort level, I would say, once he got to this situation. But yeah, he's not moving. I don't think he's as springy as you're used to seeing him for sure. I mean, but he's an old dude. It's going to happen sometimes. Sinker down. Adley gets a fly ball out of that. And then he finishes the game here versus Grisham. So, I don't know. Kind of felt like he sleptwalked a little bit through this inning. Ooh, what was that? That was awkward landing.
Chapman deals. 1-0.
Whoa. You okay, Chap? Yeah, maybe something's bugging him. That was weird to see. That was weird. And then he gets the final out on this pitch. And it's a chase. Yeah, something's wrong with Chapman. He's limping as the game ends. I think he did something. That might have been a calf or an Achilles or a foot. I don't want to say anything too bad, but the reaction was super weird after the 0-1 pitch. Is somebody in my way? But you can see he's limping here. I hope nothing's wrong with him, but something might be after the second to last pitch. Apparently he has a bum hamstring. Is that out? Laboring for sure, not looking like himself, but he's off to a great season. Obviously, we know that he really wants to stick it to the Yankees for whatever reason. And he was able to do that tonight, even though it looked to me, at least, like he sleptwalked. He did a little sleepwalking through that outing. If you don't commit, the batter will. That's true. He's still getting it done. If pooping your pants is cool, Aroldis Chapman is Miles Davis. Tracy said Chapman is going through a hamstring issue since last week. Well, I mean, it was pretty obvious there that he didn't want to be dynamic in his delivery at all. So, yeah, the injury, whatever he's got going on, 100% is the hamstring there. Or whatever it is, it's bugging him because he was not himself there. I didn't know about any of this, but this is good. Yeah, I don't think I would pitch him tomorrow. That didn't look great to me. That did not pass the eye test. I mean, he looked in pain after the second to last pitch. And he had a foot contusion earlier, so we got a couple things working against him today. All right. Maybe one more thing. Of course, Roki. Yeah, okay. We'll do Roki. I know the game just started, kinda, right? Mets are winning, Astros are winning, Cardinals are winning, Rangers are winning. 0-0, Angels, Dodgers. So Roki has been trending very well, and that looks to have continued through the first 2 innings. He's faced 6 batters on 26 pitches and gotten them all out with 2 strikeouts. Player breakdown for the first 2 innings that we're about to watch from Roki. 12 four-seamers averaging 98.7. So that velo, this is what he did the last start. Velo's been great. IVB's there, 17 inches of IVB. So that's what we've been seeing only the last couple games. So that looks like that's held. Splitter hasn't thrown any forks yet, according to this. But Splitter's also up to 92 tonight and has 71% whiff in the first 2 innings. And then the slider, which has become really nice lately, also faster at 88 and a 50% whiff. So the off speed is off speed, and we noticed just how much more conviction Roki's been throwing with the last couple starts, and now you're starting to see something. This is why you don't immediately say this guy's a lost cause, and you kind of continue to work it. You continue to work it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, fork less. All right, here we go. Zach Neto, first batter of the game. It's going to be a first pitch of the game slider. I don't blame him. Neto's got that ambushing tendency for sure. And he gets a sword on the first pitch of the game. Nicely done. Now the heater. Neto's also very on top of the plate right now. So about 18 inches of vert on that fastball. Fundamentally different from where he has been. And then he goes up to 99. On the 0-2, tries to go up. Neto fouls that off. Then he's going to get him out with the slider. So slider, fastball, fastball, slider to the first batter of the game, Zach Neto. Mike Trout coming up now. 99-2, dotted away. Nice pitch there. Taken all the way. 99 coming again. Up and away, gets it to a great location versus Trout. That's not really his spot. Beats him there, fouls him off. So fastball to Trout. Good locations on both. He looks so much more confident, Roki. Perfect pitch, doesn't get the swing because that's Mike Trout, I guess. Now 100. Missed down a little bit, but I don't mind it. Letting it rip. Now another one. They're going to try to get it up. Good target by Will. All right, it's a good miss. And then he's going to punch him with the split. First split of the day. Ooh, nasty. 12.7 and 1.7 from that high slot. That is a straight downhill high degree of vertical approach angle splitter, and it's nasty to punch out Mike freaking Trout. All right, next up, ooh, on Pride Night, 100.4 to Wade Meckler. So, yeah, I mean, he's just letting it flow. Roki looks way different than he did before. He's come a long way, guys. Splitter, swing and miss. His name is Michael Trout. Splitter again. Oh, wow. Not even close to that, Mr. Meckler. He's got good arm side run on that split tonight. And then another split, see you later. That was a dynamite first inning. Dynamic first inning. All right, that just gets me excited to watch Roki's delivery, which he's always been full stretch, but with this huge leg kick. I mean, it's just unbelievable conviction that he's throwing with right now. I love watching him right now because he's confident and it's all coming out clean. Look at that finish with the hop. So he plants and then he hops and lands it as well and maintains it with the balance. What a tremendous lead leg you have. I mean, he looks really good, guys. And it's honestly, it's not even anything mechanical to me. I mean, I'm sure there is some things that they've worked on. It's just the way that he's just going for it. You got to go for it. And that's going for it. That's not holding back a damn thing. All right, second inning.
1-2-3 first inning for Sasaki. Goes back to work here against
Joe Adell. Fastball up. First pitch strikes. Got to love that. Another one coming here.
Even he looked up at the radar gun.
Good take. And then slider. Perfect, dotted down and away. So first, you couldn't look better than he's looked the first 4 batters. Here's batter number 5, Walton. All right, horseshit splitter there. Here comes a heater. Nasty. Ew! This splitter is gross. This was the adjustment of the year. Let's not even get started with his slider adjustment. That's also been great. But going to the more traditional split, less of the fork, just a little bit to get more hands on the ball has allowed him to command this thing. And that is a filthy pitch. That is -2 IVB from the high release. Dude, look at where this ball is. I mean, it's already trending down, I get it, but it is pretty high in the zone for it to finish down there. I mean, that is... Oh, I need the green. Give me the green. That is really something. That drop is really something, kid. Yikes, nasty pitch. All right, you're in trouble if he keeps throwing those. Here's another. Hangs in there, and here's another. All right, that one wasn't as good. Good thing you have Pajes out there. So he kind of overdid it because the split felt so good, but that's okay. And then the last one we're going to watch here is Peraza. Dirty slider, swing and miss. His stuff looks incredible tonight. Slider again. Good take. Now the heater, and they're definitely going to locations now too, a little bit with the targets. I love to see Will Smith up in here with the setup. You know, oftentimes with Roki, I felt like they were just trying to have him throw the ball right down the middle, but it's very telling that now they're like, hey, this is where I want you to come. Come over here. He misses over the middle, but it's got good velo on it and hop on it, fouled off, and then he's going to go to 100.6. So he even had another level to his velo, and Freddie takes care of that ground ball. Pretty good swing by Oswald Peraza there. But yeah, I mean, look, last couple games, this guy's looked like a different pitcher. He just has. As has Detmers, to be honest. But man, Roki's looked like a different guy the last couple games. It wouldn't surprise me if this is the beginning of a pretty good stretch for him. We'll see, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is the beginning of some good times, because he looks better in this game than he looked even the last 3 games, where he went 7-1, also versus Angel team. 5-2 and 5 1/3 and 1 versus the Phillies. I think he's got the stuff tonight to maybe go scoreless, so we'll see how that goes. But he looks really good. All right, third quarter's coming to an end. So that means the stream's going to have to come to an end. Let me get in the chat for in the chat for a minute and say bye to you guys for a second, and then I will go do my probables, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. We have so much in the chat right now. 93 with negative IVB is unfair. Especially from the slot. But can he hit? No. Only one guy can do that. Do you think the Red Sox make a trade for Giants third baseman Matt Chapman? You know, I really have no idea what the Red Sox are going to do, or the Giants, to be honest. I do think he'd be a decent fit. He's not swinging it very well this year. I know he had a huge game today, but like the defense is great. He's got enough power. They could use some power. His bat, I think his bat would play at Fenway, at least a lot better than San Fran. So I have no idea if they're going to do this or not, but he does make a lot of money. Keep that in mind as well. That always complicates things. The bets are to strike you out with, my dear. It's true. The forkball is a gross pitch, and he should use it. But the ability to have something he can command a little better seems to have been a level up here. Yeah, I'm with you, Spec. That was nasty. I see Uncle Ted being the hater as usual. Uncle Ted, come on, bro. But it's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I feel you though. I feel you. I like to be a hater sometimes. All right, go Knicks. Everybody's excited. Great stream. Appreciate that. Uncle Ted, I know I give you crap, but I really appreciate you in the stream. I think you're great. Would a slow 12-6 curve work for Trey Savage? I feel like he needs a fourth pitch. Yeah, potentially. It could be. It could be a thing. But right now, I wouldn't mess with him. Honestly, I thought Adley Rustchman had great at-bats versus him, honestly. So, ooh, we got a buyer beware on Chapman. Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. It could be any of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Uncle Ted's the man. All right, big lefty liker. Uncle Ted's here every day. Loves the lefties. Rojas just made an insane play. All right, I got to get off here, guys. I got to lock in. We got fourth quarter NBA Finals action, and my team is in it. And my 14-year-old self says, Adam, get off the stream. So here's the scoreboard currently, and then I'll do probables for mañana. All right, top of the ninth. Astros looks like they're going to beat the A's. Top nine, Rangers are holding on right now against the Guardians. Guardians have a guy on. Latz is in the game. He's been really good this year. Cardinals blowing out the Reds. That was Brady Singer. Royals up 2-1 on the Twins. Plenty of game there. Fifth inning. Top of the eighth, Rock Show beating the Brewers. Let's go Rockies. Senzatella in the game, which means they got a chance. Christian Scott looks like he's been shoving so far for the Mets. They're beating the Padres and my guy Michael King 2-0 right now. Christian Scott's been awesome. I've been trying to tell you guys. Bottom of the fourth, Nationals, they continue to rake. They're breaking against the Diamondbacks 6-1. James Wood must have done something. Yeah, he got a home run in that game. Angels, Dodgers, we just checked in on that. That's 0-0. Here's the ones that have finished. Giants 18, Cubs 3, Phillies 8, White Sox 6, Red Sox 5, Yankees 3, Tigers 7, Mariners 3. Orioles 13, Jays 3, Rays 6, Marlins 0. Drew Rasmussen's a monster, absolute monster. And Braves 6, Pirates 3. Braves continue to roll the F on. Here are our probables for Saturday, June 6th. Bryce Miller, Kiter Montero, Mariners, Tigers, Royals, Twins. It's Luinder Avila and Joe Ryan coming off of a very fun start that last time. Reds, Cardinals, Lodolo, Liberatore. Giants, Cubs, Landon Roop, Ben Brown. This is actually a really good pitching matchup. Ben Brown's been nasty this year. Orioles, Jays, Bradish, and a TBA for the Jays. Orioles looking to keep their hot stuff going. White Sox, Phillies, Brandon Isert, and Andrew Painter, who could use a bounce back. Nationals, D-backs, Littell and Erod. A's, Astros, Cade Morris, and Tatsuya Imai, who we really didn't watch last game because he got lost in the shuffle. But he's been pitching again, so we'll check in on him. Braxton Ashcraft, who's a beast. A lot of people don't know about him. He's facing Spencer Strider and the Braves. Rays, Marlins, Shane McClanahan, who's been great, versus TBA for the Marlins. Guardians, Rangers, Bybee, and Leiter. And then Saturday night, we got Suarez, Will Warren, Red Sox, Yankees. That's pretty good. Ooh, and then the Miz in Colorado. The Miz in Colorado. That should be an interesting one to watch. We'll see if anything can get in his way right now. It doesn't feel like it. And that leads us into our Saturday night, late night slate, which is Kashanwitz and Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. And then the final game will be Nolan McLean and former Met Griffin Canning tomorrow night from San Diego. All right, I'm going to watch the Knicks. Appreciate you guys. Hope everybody's great. Thanks for hanging with me tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow night for Baseball After Dark when there is no more hoops going on. All right, I'm getting off. Zach's like, get off. All right, I'm getting off. See you later. Have a great night. Bye-bye.